Welcome to 7 Skills for the Future podcast. My name is Emma Sue Prince, and this podcast is based on the internationally selling book by the same name. This book focuses on 7 important skills. They are adaptability, critical thinking, empathy, integrity, being proactive, being optimistic, and being resilient. And this podcast is all about how you can bring these skills into your everyday life so that you are living a life full of happiness, full of purpose, great relationships, doing work that you love, and just really getting the most out of life. So welcome to season 5 of 7 Skills for the Future podcast. I'm delighted to be back with James, my producer.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Emma Sue. Good to be back.
Yes, I'm really happy to be back with this series.
So in season 5, we've got some great stuff lined up.
We do. And we're going to be doing some episodes with just you and me, James.
Yes, we're bringing them back due to popular demand. I'm not sure it was due to me, but yeah, we're going to bring back some of those conversations that we have. So what's the first topic we're going to talk about?
So the first topic we'll be talking about in this season is the importance of joy.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Why did you choose this?
Well, because we need more joy in our lives, I think. We can tend to, because of our bias towards negativity, we can tend to focus a lot on what's not going well. And I think joy is all about optimism and bringing happiness into our lives and really making a conscious decision to do that.
Okay, sounds good. And I think we're also going to be talking about spending time alone, yes?
Yes, we are. And I think this is a great topic because, you know, we hear a lot about loneliness and people not liking to be alone. And that is definitely an issue. But this is more about looking at some of the great benefits of spending time alone and how that links to having great ideas, being productive, being more reflective. So I think that's going to be a really interesting topic to talk about.
I'm looking forward to it. And then there's one more topic that we're going to speak about as well.
Yeah, this one's about finding vitality and balance.
Interesting. So go on, tell us more.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be about sort of balancing on a tightrope or anything like that. It's much more about if we can increase vitality in our lives, so in all areas of our lives, whether that's our physical health, our emotional health, our relationships, into just what we do every day, then that actually helps us to be more balanced. And if we're more balanced, we are happier, we are more productive, and we're just generally nice to be around.
Sounds good. I think we also have some interviews lined up as well.
Yeah, we do. So in this series, I decided to find some of the great people that I reference in the book at the end of each chapter and see if I could interview them for the podcast. And
Nice.
happily, quite a few of them said yes to that idea. So we've got some really great people lined up.
Who's the first person we're going to hear from?
Oh, the first one is this amazing guy. He's called Max McEwen, Dr. Max McEwen, and he has written a lot about adaptability and innovation. So that interview is all about being adaptable, how we bring that more into our lives, why we need to, and just his take on how actually we really have so much capacity to develop that particular skill. So it's a really interesting interview and just a great guy to talk to as well.
Okay, sounds good. Something to look forward to. Okay, and can you tell us about maybe one more person that you've spoken to?
Yeah, so there's great people, but the other person who stood out for me quite a lot, I think, in this series is Jack Lewis, another doctor, another great person, full of wisdom and humour. He's very funny, and knowledge, and he is a specialist on critical thinking. That's the chapter where I reference him, but he's a neuroscientist, so he really brings to life all of this new research about our brains and how we can train our brains to just be much more effective by tiny tweaks. So that interview is all about how we do that and how we bring that more into our lives. So yeah, another great interview.
So that sounds great. Sounds like we've got some fantastic stuff coming up in Series 5. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of this little mini intro episode.
Yes, it is. And thank you so much for listening to this mini episode. Thank you, James. And I look forward to seeing you all next time.
Thank you for listening to the 7 Skills for the Future podcast. There are all sorts of things you can do to boost each of the 7 skills. If you want more ideas, you can buy the book, 7 Skills for the Future. You can also go online to our website, Unimentor, and join as a member, and you'll be able to access more resources, ideas, and free downloads. If you have a question you want to ask on these podcasts, get in touch through Instagram at 7 Skills for the Future, or on Twitter and Facebook at Unimentor. And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your podcast player of choice.